Hello, and I'm going to tell you about the recipe of cannabis in the Bible. Was Jesus a stoner? Likely. Now, why do we know this? Well, Jesus was a healer. Not that all stoners are healers, but I've always believed this for a multitude of reasons. Number one, just the medicinal benefits that you see behind cannabis. But let's actually go backwards to why we may have a hard time verifying this, and it's a question mark now. 300 BC, King Ptolemy was building out the great library of Alexandria. You may have heard of that before. One of the 7 wonders of the world. No wonder it burned down 6 times. He basically took, and what they were doing at the time was going through, and every citizen that would come into the city through the port or on one of the trails, because it was a big town, they would turn around and confiscate any of their books or maps, see if they had copies of them. If they had copies of them, they'd give them back to you. You were good to go. If they didn't, they would first try to buy them off you, and if you wouldn't do that, then you couldn't leave town, and they at least made a copy, and they'd make a copy. So King Ptolemy II, 300 BC, paid his 70 scribes to take and translate all the ancient Hebrew texts into Koine Greek. And when they did this, there were mistranslational errors that were made. One of them was Cannabis, which gets broken off into sweet flag, sweet cane, sweet reed, fragrant cane, Cannabis, and one or two other things that I think they call it. All the others they nail every time. Cinnamon, every version cinnamon. Cassius, always cassia. Myrrhs, always myrrh. Olive oil, always. But this one, question marks every time, and it depends on the translation you read. And that's why. It was Cannabis. A woman named Sarah Benetton was the first one who went through and wanted to follow the word back through history to take and see what the origins were. We always thought it was a word of Scythian origin from the Scythians. And they would take and actually get in a tent, throw a bunch of it into the fire, and sit there and go freaking crazy with the smoke. These were the first people we knew about doing it. She started going back through ancient Hebrew texts and finding roots of the word in ancient Hebrew texts, and then realized in the great recipe for holy anointing oil in Exodus 30, 22 through 29, that it was actually cannabis. But now it makes sense with the whole historical record. 2,000 years ago, if you have epilepsy, they don't know what epilepsy is. You're just possessed by the devil. If you were arthritic, well, I don't know what arthritis is. You're just lame. You can't walk, you can't move, you can't do anything. You're lame. You suck. If you couldn't see good, you were blind. You had glaucoma. If you were having massive skin issues, i.e. leprosy, you were ostracized. You were the heathens. Nobody wanted to deal or talk to you. Okay, I'll call him back in 2 minutes. You would be ostracized. You were out of the community. Now we know that cannabis will turn around and fix all of those things lickety-split very quick. Epilepsy cured, arthritis cured, glaucoma cured, epilepsy cured, all just with cannabis. So this lends the credence to the fact of Jesus being a healer, and this is what he would have used. As a matter of fact, Christos in Greek means anointed, and that's what they did. They anointed everything. That was Jesus's hallmark. What got him in trouble is he was also anointing the common man, the lepers, the arthritic, the lame, the blind, those possessed by the devil. And guess what? It might have been why he got himself killed, because he was breaking another one of the laws of the Old Testament in Exodus. I think it's 32, 29, something, a couple verses after where they give the recipe, where they basically say this is not to be put on common man. It's not to be shared. Nobody's to make another oil like it. So when he started ticking everybody off by starting fights with people in the temple who were changing money, he wasn't making any friends. But then they found a way to actually take and do him in, because he was also taking and giving this to other people that the Bible forbid, and that might have been what got him killed. This might be the world's oldest conspiracy. There you go.